Remember, we went to Chehalis,
Yes.
and you remembered something,
My number.
and you did destroy it.
Yes.
Good. So I'm working on a way to set up a private channel between you and I.
Oh.
VPN, virtual private network.
Well, VPN is something we use at work. So, yeah. So I'm familiar with just the name, the acronym. I don't know what it means, but.
Virtual private network. Why do you guys use it?
To keep patient information confidential. So how I use it is at home when I access this VPN network from home. So I'm using a home computer and I'm going across some secured network that allows me to access patient information and to communicate back and forth to say the patient's chart and write a note in the chart with it not being accessible by, I guess, non-VA personnel.
Right. So no eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Nobody can listen in.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you know more about it than I do. Ha! So who'd ever thought that the VA and a government agency would be so bright?
Except for when they get hacked.
Yeah, and then they're not.
No.
Joe Sixpack can have the rights of privacy that an American citizen deserves. I call it function of us. So you see that little F thing and then parentheses U little s, right? What this organization what it exclusively does is protect each member's identity by operating as a group.
So say that part again, because I didn't quite catch it. Saves a person's identity because he's a member of a group?
Well, this special group called us.
Gotcha.
The function of us is to value personal identity, the real thing, much higher than it is valued now for everyone, not just the rich folks or the powerful folks, but everyone. Kind of like democracy, real democracy. It has no other purpose. One person, one vote. Finally realizing, after my stroke and my enlightenment and getting stupid, that it's just a dream. It can't happen.
It can or cannot?
Cannot.
It cannot?
Or not.
So, but you're proposing that you can make it happen.
Well, that's the story. Is it fiction or is it real or is it in the future? By making this story, we invite people to comment on it, positive or negative.
Comment on the idea of your personal identity idea.
This conversation, weekly conversation, over, 180 miles or something like that, is proof that there is some gravitas to this concept.
Them.
Yeah. But instead of saying them, it should be implicit in this is that if you're human, you could be one of us. Because it's only critical honest people at the beginning. But then because of the way it grows, the honest people will way outrun the attackers.
Which is what what you alluded to with the Bitcoin article that you shared.
Right. And so it's pretty clear mathematically why that is. And it actually is pretty explicit in the way that happens. The honest chain is,
exponentially.
hey, let's look at this is very interesting about the satellites on your face.
Satellites? What do you mean?
Well, look at your image.
Oh my gosh! Oh, it's because the sun is right there.
Yeah, it's really good. No, this is good.
That's right there.
That's a good. Yeah. So every time I pin him into a corner, he says, "Well, that's classified." Now he may be pulling my leg that are mysterious, but it's fun to talk with him because he had a lot of credibility with certain members, powerful members of the team, identify team and its capital source. So I want to keep it going. I remember traveling with him to Scottsdale, Arizona. There was a venture capital conference down there, and I was out trying to raise money again. And I said some not so nice things about Pacific Telecom. And he pointed that out to me. And yet he acts as though I'm his fan. And it's very interesting because I haven't got much to lose here. I'm not as old as he is, but I'm pretty old. And he's just 76. Interesting in this project of mine because I had ambitions back in the 90s because our little bundle of joy was born. My beautiful wife is a piece of work, and she comes from a spy family, so to speak. And I'm just looking around for Mosti Udlers everywhere. Throughout my childhood, I was living the stories I saw on the tube. I was glued to the tube. I still think it'll be a great story.
I hear something in the background.
That would be my wife talking on the phone. She's speaking Korean. About what? I don't know.
The spies are talking.
So I've had two experiences through the CPAP machine and through and the hearing aid experience, and both were just nightmares. Way too many people getting in each other's way who are well paid.
And it sounds like you've managed to do it pretty well.
Oh yeah, and it's so fun. It really is. So when people look at me and said, "Well, you talk pretty slow to Buzz, and you don't come up with the right words and conjugate verbs and all this other stuff, so you must be stupid." So I won't have to be as guarded with you, Buzz, because you're stupid. Meanwhile, the miracle of my new existence is that listening is easy because talking is hard.